Welcome or welcome back. This is episode 22 of How in the World Do You Pronounce It? My name is Sandrine and I want to help you make sense, pronounce, and practice all the challenging French names of cities and mountain peaks of stage 15 from Rodez to Carcassonne of this 22 edition of the Tour de France. I am a native of France and I want to demystify the French language. Remember to exaggerate your vowels. I will teach you the easy way to pronounce the French R. We will do what I refer to as the banana smile. And most importantly, we will remember to take a good breath before pronouncing most names. And also, as a rule, please do not pay attention to the spelling of these French names. And voilà. So, I'm going to start by saying all these names of this stage once. And then, of course, I will break them down for you. Are you ready? Let's go. So, the part is from Rodez. Then let's go on. Pont de Grand Fuel, Cassagne Bégonesse, La Selve, Réquista, Valence d'Albigeois, Ambialet, Côte d'Ambialet, Villefranche d'Albigeois, Réalmont, Lautrec, Vielmur-sur-Agout, Puy-Laurence, Revel, Saint-Féréol, Côte des Camazes, Cessac, Saint-Denis, Ville-Gailinck, Carcassonne. All right, now let's break these all down. I know it's intimidating, but this is the purpose of these videos. I can break them down, I can break down these names and help you pronounce them. Let's go, let's start. So once they depart from Rodez, should I say, they will arrive at kilometer 13.7 au kilomètre 13,7 in Pont de Grand Fuel. So here, let's break down most of these vowelish, if you will, sounds. Pont, we have the sound on. It's pretty closed up, pretty nasal. On. Just have fun with that sound. On. And you just add a p sound to them, to it. Pont. Pont de is a sound you make by moving your jaws forward. De. Pont de Grand Fuel. Yes, let's do this. So, here we have the first part, which is grand. So, the French R is not much more than a breath, okay? But the secret is to keep your tongue down in your mouth. And it stays put, it doesn't move an inch there, okay? So as you keep your tongue down, you exhale. Right? And it's easier to practice and get it right to take a good breath first, right? So you take a good breath, you inhale, and then you keep your tongue where it is down in your mouth and you exhale. So, right? So here we have with the sound on. Right? So now we have to add the g sound. So it's going to be garant, and they all go together as such. Grand, grand, right? And the second part of this name is fuel, fuel. The U sound is tricky for non-French speakers. It is basically a very small opening of your mouth, and your jaws dropping. U, U. And in fact, your mouth also, the shape of your mouth goes down. It drops down. U, U, U. All right? U. And then U goes into L, L. Fuel, fuel, fuel. All right, so this part of the name goes like this. Grand fuel. Let's try it together, ensemble. Let's take a good breath. Grand fuel. Encore une fois, one more time. Grand fuel. Right? So, as a whole, we have pont de grand fuel. Let's take a good breath together. Let's do it. Pont de grand fuel. Right, all right, all right. Let's go next. Next, your favorite writers will arrive at kilometer 20.1 au kilomètre 20,1 in Cassagne-Bégonhès. All right, we can do this. Now, we hear for the first part of the name, which is Cassagne, we have twice the French A, which is A, A, A. Just like in, yes, Calais. Calais, which was the finish line of stage 4, which was the first stage of this Tour de France in France. Before that, it was in Denmark. So, Cassagne, A, 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 right? Cassagne. So, let me break it down a bit more. We have a first A, and the second A ends up with the ñ sound. Yeah, ñ. So it's agne, agne, agne. Cassagne, Cassagne, right? So it goes like this. It goes a bit, it's shortened and a bit faster. Cassagne. So the second I is a bit emphasized, right? As it ends in a ñ. Cassagne, right? And the second part is Bégonhès. So it goes like this. Let's break it down. B, E, which is not a E. And this is why I refer to E as the banana smile, so we can differentiate these two. There's E, banana smile, and E. E is a sound formed when the air you produce while pronouncing this vowel, if you will, or this sound, your sound goes up in the palate of your mouth, up there. It's E, E. And here it's B, B, right? Bégo, o, bégo, o, bégo, bégonhès, S, ness, ness, right? Bégonhès. Let's do it together, ensemble. Take a good breath. Bégonhès, right? So, as a whole, we can do this, and you can do it. So, let's take a good breath. Take a look at the name, although, again, don't pay too much attention of the spelling. It's I will say deceitful. All right, listen to me, and here we go. Cassagne-Bégonhès. Let's do it together. Cassagne-Bégonhès. And we have it. All right. Next up, At kilometer 27.9, au kilomètre 27,9, they will arrive in la selve. I think it's much easier, isn't it? All right, so la, so typical French A, which is a, la, selve, selve, elve, elve, selve, right? So, la selve. Let's do it together ensemble. Good breath. La selve. All right, next up is at kilometer 39.2, au kilomètre 39,2. And they will arrive in Requista. All right, yes, this one starts with the sound, the French R, which is R, and the sound is R, right? So again, the little secret is basically that your tongue stays down in your mouth. It doesn't move as you exhale. R, R, right? R. And of course, again, it's easier if you take a good breath first. R. All right? R. And for this name, we have Ré. 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 And I'm going to change the sound a little bit because we're just beginning the name of this town. So, Ré. Ré. Qui. So here's the banana smile I was talking about. Just, over exaggerate E sound. Just make it a banana smile. I. I. Qui. 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 So, ré, qui. Ré, qui. Sta. 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 Qui sta. Qui sta. It's a little shortened. Qui sta. And as a whole, it goes like this. Ré, qui sta. So it's un, right? Ré, qui sta. Let's do it together ensemble. Good breath. Ré, qui sta. Voilà. Next up, at kilometer 52.1, au kilomètre 52,1, they will arrive in Valence d'Albigeois. Let's do this. Valence. So maybe you can hear it. We have a French A, which is a, as in va, and we have en. I would say again, it's a kind of forward move of your jaws as well. It's en. You move your jaws forward, en, and you kind of feel this sound in the bottom of your mouth or of your jaws, en. And en goes into a s sound, so it's anse, anse, anse. Lance, lance, lance. So it goes like this. Valence, 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 right? Valence, Valence, Valence. And the second part of the name is d'Albigeois. So again, we start with pretty much the sound a goes into al. I think maybe the Paul Simon song again. I referred to this a few stages previous. Maybe it was anyway, one or two stages previous to this one. You can call me Al. It's pretty similar, but with a French accent. So al. Exaggerate that a, right? Al. Al is actually dal. dal, dal, and then we do have a banana smile coming up, so I, right? Here will be a B, B, B. So far we have dal, B, dalbi, dalbi, and then it ends with the sound joie, joie. So soft j and a wa, joie, joie. Dalbi joie, right? Together. Dalbi joie. Good breath. Dalbi joie, right? So as a whole, the whole name goes like this. I'll say it once and we'll repeat it together. Valence d'Albigeois. Now together, ensemble. Take a good breath. Valence d'Albigeois. We did it! Or should I say, you did it. Next up is at kilometer 64. Au kilomètre 64. They will arrive in Ambialet. Ambialet. Let's break it down. So here we have en, 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 en. En. And then we have, coming up, we have a banana smile, a E, but it will quickly transform into a Y, Y, that will transform into a A, 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 Ya, Iya, Iya, and it's kind of shortened, Ya, 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 Ya. Yeah, I guess it could be like a German ja, kind of, yeah. But then, there's more. It goes into it, la, so it goes into yal, 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 bial, bial, e, 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 e. So I would say bialet, bialet. Yeah, it does. I would accentuate the E a little bit. It's in between, so do what you can. It depends also. You know, we do have different accents as anywhere else, especially in regions that historically have their native language too, so it's kind of mixed up. So I will say d'Ambialet for now. D'Ambialet. Or Ambialet, I'm sorry, because the next stage has a D. So let me focus on that. Sorry about that. We're at 64, so it's Ambialet. So let me do it again. Ambialet. Right? Let's do it together, ensemble. Let's take a good breath. Ambialet. Ambialet. We did it. And now, the good part for this next one is this name is coming up again. So, at kilometer 68.9, au kilomètre 68,9, they will then climb the côte d'Ambialet. So, côte, côte. We've been through these. If you've been hopefully following my series and previous episodes, côte is a climb. It's a, you know, so it comes up a lot. So côte, côte d'Ambialet. All right. So as a whole, it goes like this. Côte d'Ambialet. Côte d'Ambialet. Let's do it together. Let's take a good breath, and here we go. Côte d'Ambialet. All right. Next up is at kilometer 74.2, au kilomètre 74,2. They will arrive in, we can do this, Villefranche d'Albigeois. All right, so earlier at 52.1, we had Valence d'Albigeois. And here it's Villefranche d'Albigeois. So let's break it down. Villefranche. So here we have ville, right? So I guess not too bad. Big smile, banana smile for the E. Ville, 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 ville. And I will say, because it's not over, ville, ville. And then we have franche, franche. So yes, French R, the R, which is a R sound. So again, keep your tongue down. Don't move it. And exhale. R, R, right? And it goes into rond, 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 on. I know it's a tricky sound. On. It's a forward movement of your jaws, right? On. Rond, rond, rond. And then rond goes into ranche, 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 right? And it starts with a F, which is also F in French. Franche, franche. So take a good breath. Franche, franche, right? So this first part, or the first part of this name is, as a whole, Villefranche, Villefranche, right? Together ensemble, good breath. Villefranche, right? And the second part, we've been through it, is d'Albigeois. D'Albigeois. Remember, al, I, joie. D'Albigeois, right? D'Albigeois. So as a whole, let's do this. Take a good breath. And here we go. Villefranche d'Albigeois. All right, next is at kilometer 95, au kilomètre 95. They will arrive in Réalmont. Réalmont. Now, this makes me think of the Spanish football. I'll say it again. The Spanish football, or European football, soccer, football team of Real Madrid. So Real. What I mean by that is the E is important here. And in fact, again, that's why I say to you, or I encourage to exaggerate your vowels, because you need to basically emphasize all of them. So here we have E. Again, it's not a E. It's not a banana smile. It's up in your mouth. The sound you produce goes up your palate, and it goes like this. E. But then there's the A, right? E, A. And then éal, and éal. It's kind of linked together, right? Éal. But then there's more. It starts with the R. Réal, because it's not over. Réal, Réalmont, on. That funny sound. Mont. Réalmont. Let's do it together. Take a good breath. Réalmont. All right. Next is at kilometer 105.6, au kilomètre 105,6. Mine, our favorite writers will arrive in Lautrec. So it's O, as in lo, trek, trek. So yeah, you can think about the word track with a French accent. Trek. Rec, rec, ra, 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 right? Rec, rec, te, rec, and together linked. Trek. Take a good breath. Trek. Lautrec. Encore? Lautrec. Lautrec. All right, one more down. Let's go next to kilometer 116.2 au kilomètre 116,2. And here they will arrive in, let's go for this, Vielmur-sur-Agout. This is so French. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing this, or this series, right, of videos. Let's go. Let me break this down. It's easier than you think. All right. Vielmur. So here, again and again, this is why I emphasize on the vowels. So we have coming up a banana smile that goes into a y. So e, and then it goes into L. So E, L, and they merge together into, I would say, actually, yeah, it will actually kind of start with a y. So IL. Let's go like this. IL, yell, and it starts with a v. So viel, and then it goes like this. Mur. So again, this funny, tricky u sound. Small opening, very small, and u. Your mouth drops a bit, and your jaws. U. And ur. I know, right? Yeah. Ur. Just make fun of it. Just exaggerate. Ur. Mur. So the first part of this name goes like this. Vielmur. Right? Together? Vielmur. So I would say Vielmur sur, again, similar sound, sur instead of mur, sur, Agout, typical French A, goût, just a oo sound with a g, goût, Agout, right? The hardest part is the beginning, but let's do it as a whole together, okay? Take a good breath. Vielmur-sur-Agout. Voilà. Let's do it one more time. Vielmur-sur-Agout. We did it. You did it. Next up is at kilometer 128.3. Yeah, au kilomètre 128,3. Let me do this again. Kilometer 128.3 au kilomètre 128,3. They will arrive in Puylaurens. Now, to be fair, in this area, it's the south, and it's part of the south, kind of west, and you might hear people, if you listen, and I don't want you to be confused, but you will hear kind of singing type or version of it, and it will be more like Puylaurens. Now, I'm trying to teach you one French, which is the, how would I call it? Well, I don't want to call it civilized because that wouldn't be right and fair, but it's more of the almost office French, if you will, or literature, literate. So here's the French that most people, I would say, it will take you everywhere. People will understand you. It's correct French for sure. And then you have different accents just like anywhere else. So here's how you pronounce it. Puis. So here again we have the U. U, U, U. U goes into E. Banana smile. Not easy. So just exaggerate it. Exaggerate them. So UI. 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 With a P. Puis. Puis. And it's kind of a shorten a little bit, but don't worry about it. Puis. So yeah, it does accentuate on the E. Puis. 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 Laurence. Laurence. So lo, pretty close up, huh? Lo, rance, rance. I was thinking, didn't we have this, well, maybe not. Yeah, we have this rang sound in Grand Fuel earlier. Pont de Grand Fuel. So rang, French R, which is R, R. Again, R, rang, rance, rance, rance. Laurence, Laurence, right? So as a whole, it goes like this. Puis Laurence, right? Together, ensemble. Let's take a good breath. Puis Laurence. All right, next up. Wow, our favorite riders will arrive at kilometer 141.7 au kilomètre 141,7 in Revel. Yes, Revel, another R. Re, forward movement. Re, and vel. Revel. Together, good breath. Revel. And one more time, encore une fois. Revel. One more down. Let's go to kilometer 147 au kilomètre 147 in Saint-Ferréol. Remember, if you watched previous episodes, we, in fact, it was the previous stage 14, right? There were a lot of saint sounds. They are saints, right? And this one is called Ferréol. So saint in French is saint, un, which is as well the sound of number one, un. Just like in, yes, Dunkerque. All right, un, saint, and the second part is Ferréol. So twice. So again, vowel sounds that you need to emphasize and exaggerate. So E, which is not an E, and it's coming here twice. So E. So an ol. Ol. Now, it's more like this. Fe, re, ol. Fe, the f, f, fe, re, ol. Re, right? Ferréol, right? Together? Ferréol. And as a whole, let's try it together. Take a good breath. Saint-Féréol. All right? Next up is at kilometer 154.6 au kilomètre 154,6. And here they will climb all the way to Côte des Camas. I think this is an easier one by now. Côte des Camas. So, yes, we have côte, côte, and to pronounce the whole name, it goes a bit more côte, côte, côte des. I know, sometimes it's de, sometimes it's du. Here it's des, and the reason why is because it's plural, because Camas is plural, so we're going to say des. Des, so côte des Camas, Camas, to be clear, Camas. So twice we have the sound A, the French A, which is A, A. Aaz, Aaz, Aaz. Camas, Camas, right? Encore? Camas, Camas, right? So, as a whole, ensemble, together. Let's take a good breath. Côte des Camas. We did it. Next up is at kilometer 163.8 au kilomètre 163,8. And here they will arrive in Cessac. Cessac. So we have E, and we have, yes, the French A, which is A. So we have the kind of English, if you will, E, and then the French one. So E, A. E, A, as in c'est sac, c'est sac, c'est sac. All right? Oh, encore une fois, one more time. C'est sac. All right, next up at kilometer 170.2 au kilomètre 170,2, they will arrive in Saint-Denis. So another saint, a saint, saint, and this one is named, Denis. Denis is Dennis in French. Denis, Denis. So, let's break it down. Saint, by now you kind of know, you can figure this out, but let's go again. Saint, Saint. Saint, Saint, Denis, Denis. So de, again, forward movement of your jaws and your mouth. De, and coming up is a banana smile. E, with a n. Ni, Denis, Denis. So Denis, and as a whole, we can do this together, ensemble. We take a good breath. Saint-Denis. So un, right? Saint-Denis, Saint-Denis. Yes. Next up, coming up to the finish line. Easy to say when we're not on our bikes like they are. But it will be at kilometer 189.7 au kilomètre 189,7. Yeah, you will also learn to count in French. They will arrive in, don't look at the spelling, please. It's even a little tricky for French speakers, to be honest. So, as I like to say, French is hard even for French people. So, all right, let's go. I'm here to help. Let's go for it. Ville Gaillanc. Let me break it down. So just like in the previous of these stops, we had Villefranche earlier. We had Villefranche d'Albigeois. Here we have Ville, I, banana smile. Ville, Gaille, Inc. So we have un, just like number one, or just like in, I know I like to take that example, but Dunkerque, right? So here it's Inc. Gaillanc, Ga, French A, Gaillanc, Ville Gaillanc, and over there they will, their accent will be more Gaillanc, but I'll stay with Gaillanc. Ville Gaillanc, and we can even shorten it a bit. Ville Gaillanc. Now, let's try it together. Take a good breath. Ville Gaillanc. All right. Next is the finish line, l'arrivée. And here, they will arrive in the beautiful, if you've never been, hopefully if you're watching some footage, or you have, it's a beautiful city with lots of it's kind of it has some, anyway, medieval castles and ruins. Most of them are in good shape, a lot of them. So it's beautiful, and it's called Carcassonne. All right, let's break it down, and here we go. It has the French A, so it's A in car, the French R, car, and another one, so twice the A, so car, so Carcassonne, Carcassonne. Encore? Carcassonne. So let's do it together with a good breath. Carcassonne. Yeah, we kind of emphasize the second A, right? So, Carcassonne. Carcassonne. All right. We did it. We made it. You can be, you can pat yourself on the back. Really, I mean this. And hopefully this was helpful to you. Now, this was stage 15. Wow. And I will see you back here for stage 16. I know they have a rest day soon coming up. So I think, it might be at the end of stage 16. Let me quickly look this up as I'm doing this, because I want to make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure next is a rest day. I wanted to look it up, but it's taken a little time. So, well, you know what? Why not? I'll do it live. Let me quickly pull this up. And here we go. So this was stage 15. And here, if I click, I try to do my little work here. So 16 was Rodez, Carcassonne. And yes, they will have a rest day, un jour de repos. And next will be stage 16. It will be, here is a sneak peek, from Carcassonne to Foix. Beautiful area of France. If you've never been, highly encourage it. They make the most amazing sourdough bread there. All right, I will see you after the rest day for stage 16. See you then. Thank you, everyone. Bye.